Welcome to Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp.
And I'm Melissa Delp.
Today we're going to look at a prototype of Guildmaster. Guildmaster is a 2 to 4 player, dice rolling action programming game that plays in about 1 to 2 hours. It's designed by Chris Anthony and being published by Good Games Publishing. It'll be on Kickstarter the end of August.
Players control adventuring guilds and are competing with each other to have the most famous guild. You'll recruit more adventurers, you'll hire builders to upgrade your guild, and you'll complete contracts. Whoever has the most points after 9 rounds wins.
Let's look at the prototype components. There's the game board and different player mats, player screens, player cards, contract cards, and adventure cards, tokens, coins, dice, and more.
At the beginning of the game, each player receives a set of starting adventurers. These novices have skills in certain areas. When you perform a skill check of that type, you'll roll the indicated number of dice. Some also have abilities that trigger during certain rounds.
The game is played over 9 rounds with a plot phase, order phase, action phase, and a reset phase. But the only thing that happens during the plot phase is that some of the adventurers have some abilities that trigger.
During the order phase, players secretly program the actions they want to carry out. At the beginning of the game, before you upgrade your guild, you can perform a maximum of 2 orders with up to 2 of your adventurers going on each.
Then comes the action phase. Players lift their screens and then resolve their first order based on the board sequence. Building comes first, then recruiting adventurers, and then completing contracts.
Once all the players have completed their orders, then you move into the reset phase. You'll gain income and prepare the board for the next round. Now that was just a really quick overview of the round structure. Now we're going to get into some of the details.
Each player has a set of order cards that correspond to spaces on the board. So if you want to try and recruit this adventurer, you would choose the letter B and send at least one of your adventurers along to help with the recruiting. You also have to send some money based on the type of the round, half or full moon. But that's the minimum amount. If you think other players are interested in the same adventurer, it's good to add a couple more coins to your bid, because whoever has the highest bid wins the adventurer.
You can also hire builders to upgrade your guild. You'll choose this card, at least one adventurer, and some money. The cost to hire builders increases as others hire them. The upgrades require 1 to 3 builders and enhance your guild by helping you with certain skill checks, increasing the number of orders you can perform, increasing the size of your adventuring teams, or providing you with more income. If more than one player chooses build in the same order slot, you'll roll dice based on one of the traits shown on your adventurers. The player with the higher roll goes first.
Or you could work on completing contracts. Setting the right adventurers is key to completing contracts. You're trying to match the skills of the adventurers to one of the skills on the contract. You'll add up the chosen skill on all the adventurers you program for that order, and that's the number of dice you roll. If your roll equals or exceeds the number on the card, you'll succeed and get the card and listed rewards.
If 2 or more players choose the same contract in the same order slot, you trigger a negotiation. The players discuss how to split the rewards if they cooperate and succeed. Once the terms are agreed to, the players secretly choose whether to cooperate or conflict. If you cooperate, the negotiated deal is binding, and you can add your adventurers together if you want to perform the same skill check. But you're still limited by the team size. If one person chooses conflict, they get to attempt the contract first. But it's a bit risky because their skill check is going to be increased. So there's a bit of a prisoner's dilemma choice. Are you going to play nice and share, or are you going to try to take advantage of the other player?
But if someone does snatch that contract from you, you could just wander instead. Actually, you can pretty much go wander anytime you can't complete an order. When you wander, you can try to get more gold, or you can attempt to complete one of your secret contract cards. You start the game with one and gain others after certain rounds.
A lot of the contract cards have benefits. Some trigger immediately when you complete the contract, and others can be used on a later turn. Some of them affect other players, like making them lose or gain fame points.
Play continues for 9 rounds, and at the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins. I really like the order phase where you're secretly choosing what you're trying to accomplish that round. You might think another player's interested in an adventurer or trying to complete the same contract you are. You can actually barter with that player, but that might be giving too much information to the other players.
Yeah, you can also barter, negotiate, and bribe when someone is choosing who to target with an ability. So I could say something like, I'll pay you a coin if you make Kevin lose a point.
Oh, no, I'll give you 2 coins if you target Melissa.
Hey! Some of the other interesting things are the types of adventurers that you can recruit. You start with novices, and then you can recruit an adept. Once you have an adept, you can recruit a hero, and then once you have a hero in your guild, then you can look at the legends. But they don't come cheap.
Good Games Publishing always does a great job with the look of their games. The illustrations are great, especially on the adventurers and the screens for the different guilds. The guild screen also has a lot of helpful information to make the game easier to learn.
The game can look a little overwhelming at first, but you're basically doing the same thing each round. But as you upgrade your guilds and your adventurers, you have more options and you can probably complete bigger contracts.
There's the social aspect of the game, trying to anticipate what others are trying to do. There's the bribing, the negotiating, the conflict, the cooperation. I think that brings some good replayability and good tension to the game.
There are lots of interesting decisions. For me, deciding how much to bid on an adventure is one of the trickiest things. Do I just go with the minimum bid, or do I need to go higher in case Kevin or someone else is trying to get that adventure? There's also the aspect of what to program in order 1, 2, and 3. Is someone going to beat me to what I want to do?
If you're looking for a game with action programming, some hand building, some dice rolling, trying to build a better guild, check out Guildmaster from Good Games Publishing, launching on Kickstarter this August.
Try to attempt the attempt. I'm going to attempt to say this correctly.
And you should attempt to
Good one.
I know, that was good. You should go attempt and subscribe over there. Attempt to subscribe? You should just do it.
Just do it.
Alright, and you can keep rolling. Actually, you know what?